Today's sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Cleveland Browns. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And some room to maneuver. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. The Browns at 3-7 now in the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And some nifty running right away as he'll get this up past the 30. They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Watson, off play action. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Cade York on now for the field goal. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
This is always a tricky angle for a right-footed kicker because he's trying to draw it to the center of the uprights, but instead he pushes it to the right, and it's no good.
Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's got some space here. And he's got this all the way down to the 5-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Throwing now is Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point up and good by Succop, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Browns drive about to get started. And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Succop for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Fresh off the pick six, it's Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Brady. He finds his target, it's Evans. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings, for some reason it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he's off and running.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on it. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Now Brady. This is caught by Evans. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Patterson. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Cordero Patterson, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point put through by Succop, and that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They'll start by running the option to the right. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. 21-0 our score after 1.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score of 21, Browns 9.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Watson now to throw. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And down he'll go at the 25. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And now Watson throws another interception. Mike Edwards picks it off. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On play action, it's Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Bucs are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that makes the score 28-0. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
Well, 2 snaps ago, I don't think anyone thought a safety was on the table, yet it happened. They caught him on back-to-back plays breaking through the line. No amount of evading was going to save him from a sack on either play. And on the last one, he ran too deep into the end zone to set up the safety.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now, light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Fournette, a first down carry. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
At the 22-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Here's Brady to throw. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. They love to try to take advantage of his height, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to run it back and try it again, maybe with a little less mustard on the throw.
Go, Dicky Dick. Jacket, reload. Shadow. Regular.
They'll go for it. It's Brady. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Up the gut, Fournette. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brady, and in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Tom Brady, his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Buccaneers just continue to roll. Extra point put through by Suckup. And a rout is on here in this first half. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away.
Fair catch. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Off of play action, it's Watson. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll give to Hunt here on the option. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now to punt this one away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
One thing I know for sure, the standard speech is to treat the game like it's tied. But when you have an advantage, they also tell you, make sure you don't get your foot off the gas. Message received.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
6 yards left on second down. To throw is Brady. Looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And some room to roam now. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Throwing is Brady on third down. Another completion right back to Patterson. Touchdown! The 4th touchdown pass in the game for Tom Brady. And the Buccaneers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game. Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Now a first down throw. Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Things just kind of continuing to unravel for him here in this second half. They take the shot downfield, but this defense, once again, up to the task.
Well, this is where you think about the old phrase, desperate times call for desperate measures, because they've got nothing on the scoreboard, and they're just trying to get something, anything to go their way. But in this case, they turn the ball over.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Complete to Russell Gage. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 42-yard line.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Here's Brady. He completes it to Evans. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've got their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now Brady. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And the Bucs are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Brady now to throw. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
That's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. And
Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. 5 touchdown passes now for Tom Brady, and the Bucs have widened the gap now to 50 points. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Ryan Suckup to kick off 4th down of the day.
Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
And finding the tight end, Rudolph.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Brady now on 1st down. A pass underneath for Fournette. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield, goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Easy.
Fournette is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I just wonder if before that last play, if someone on the defense stepped in the huddle and said, we've been run over, run around, run through all game long. Can we come up with one stop right here? And on that play, they did.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Browns are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. So a costly INT in the end zone, no less, puts the brakes on their potential scoring drive.
So many teams stick with the passing game down near the goal line because they see it as an extension of what they do between the 20s. But as we said many, many times, the further you drive, the more the field shrinks. And that was a nice job of making a play on the football and coming away with the interception.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. From his goal line here, Watson. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Watson off play action. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice, safe throw and a good one.
The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a contour, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacement.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Faking the give. Now Watson. Drops it off for Chubb.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 16. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Watson. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Following the penalty, Chubb. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him again. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Round 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early, but give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Tampa Bay, the win form is number 6 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. Today, we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the New York Giants and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Well, this defense for the Jags, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. Throw right side into the hands of Akins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Andre Sisco there on the stop. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down movement.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now Jones. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week, but they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at their own 11. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. Shows off the quick feet as he takes this one up to the 20.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first. The Jaguars at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. They're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on on display in that victory.
And this to a former Giant. It's Evan Ingram. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Man open, here is Jones. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Evan Ingram, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and good from Santoso. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Throwing, Jones. And he'll find Akins there, complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Second and 9. Looking to throw. Jones. That's complete to the tight end, Akins. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 44-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
A first down carry for Barkley. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Barkley, inside handoff. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This is Akins hauling in the short pass. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that. But it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
And as you saw right there, this is a guy with pretty good speed for a tight end. Nice job there, catching the short throw and turning it upfield. He can also be a weapon downfield as well.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. LaVisca Chenault, 42 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good from Santoso. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
Finding his way to the ball for a stop. A tackle for loss.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Jones. He's got Akins, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Back to throw. Jones.
He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney.
Now we've got a giant player here, slow to get up after that last play.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 2nd down and 4.
A handoff, Barkley running left. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jaguars will take over here just shy of the 30.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Jags are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good from Santoso.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Here's Jones on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return.
And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
These two teams, the Jags and Giants, two lowest scoring teams in the NFL last year in 2021. The Jags 14.9 points a game. Giants only slightly better, 15.2. Now, by comparison, you think about the Cowboys, they led the league 31.2 points per game.
So he rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Giants are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, it might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Now Lawrence.
Completes it to Evan Ingram. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now he lets it go deep for Kirk, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Now Lawrence.
And this one is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. That leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
Jones off the play fake. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. On the return, here's Agnew.
A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return.
And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
On 2nd and 10,
Lawrence. He'll drop that underneath to ETN. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
It's a gain of 6. That makes it 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Lawrence.
and this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marvin Jones with career touchdown number 60 as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
Takes it at the 7.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16.
They'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Jones going to get this out wide to Tony.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. Looking for his receiver sharp, and it's intercepted.
It's Devin Lloyd with a pick.
And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action from Jacksonville. Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
No, he didn't spike it. He faked it. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Xavier McKinney.
Showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
Second down and goal. Lawrence, right side. There's Likely with it.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Jacksonville. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Lawrence now off the bootleg.
Rolling to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Going for it, here's Etienne.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Travis Etienne, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are looking like they'll move to 6-1 as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good from Santoso.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Tyson Campbell up to make the stop.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Jones. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Caleb Chason, the former first-rounder, in there to get the sack.
Well, I wish this staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the fourth quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
I got nothing after that try.
Yeah, don't even try.
I mean, we tried it from the parking lot.
They go play action with Lawrence.
He'll buy some time right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago. Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
Up and good for Santoso. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen they can move the line of scrimmage.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
.54-yard punt, 14 on the return, nets them 40. And they will take over 1st and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Play action. It's Lawrence. Looking downfield for Jones. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 41 yards. Lawrence will throw.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Lawrence going to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
They're going on fourth down. Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on fourth and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And this Giants defense able to come up with a goal line stand. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page, because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he is going to have the Giants first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
And he will find his man on the outside.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
And that's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Jones, one last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Jacksonville, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Denver Broncos next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, it's yet another loss as they've started out now 0-7. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.